just remember being staggered by just days and days and days and days of smoke and not being able to see the sky. And it felt like the end of the world. And the firefighters were saying, nothing is going to stop this until we get rain. 3 billion animals are estimated to have died, and I think that's in New South Wales alone. To think that these creatures that have been around since the dinosaurs, this astonishing natural heritage that within such a short period of time we have brought to the edge of extinction is just... So my overwhelming sense of last summer was just grief at this tremendous sense of loss. It was the ashes of living things that we were breathing in. I think one thing that was really startling was to see the smoke from the fires on the eastern seaboard being carried around the world twice. So the idea of the planet, and it literally was, the planet breathing this smoke in and out and around, in and out and around. I think if my lungs could talk, they would have been saying, take me to a place of clean air. There was a story that I read about this elderly couple that had a cattery and a kennels. They were in sort of inland from Malakuta, I think, and they were quite elderly. They were in their 70s or 80s, and they had a whole lot of, like, people had, because it was Christmas, so they had people's dogs and cats, and they had a shipping container that had been specially prepared to withstand fire, and they got all the dogs and all the cats and went into the shipping container because it was too late to leave, and they said one of the cats went white overnight, but they all managed to withstand the fire. And then people turned up afterwards, not sure whether they would be alive, but also not expecting their animals to be okay, and they were. And so just the stories of where people helped each other, and so finding things that made you believe that going on breathing mattered. One of my overwhelming sort of physical memories of just feeling so stuck because I couldn't walk. Even if you wrapped a wet towel around your face, it wasn't pleasant. So I just remember this sense of inertia. And it was also at that point where I thought, literally I felt like, if I'm going to survive this, I need to find some way of moving. And I need to find some way of acting. And I also remember that sense of I remember trusting that bodies are really powerful, and it's not good to breathe this stuff in, but when this stops, it's almost like the entire country we've taken up, a 2-pack a day habit. But I know from all the anti-smoking campaigns or give up smoking campaigns, all the benefits that start within 24, 48, 72 hours of stopping smoking, all the things start to clear. So I had trust that once the smoke stopped, my body, which felt congested and filled with this toxicity, would start to heal. So I trusted that, and I felt that what I needed to do with that was then find some way of doing everything I could with what breath I had to make a difference. And also to speak for those who have breath but no voice.